Welcome to the MLTI Slam Show. I'm Regan, and today is Thursday, May 11th, episode 51. In the MLTI Slam Show, we learn from students just like you from all over Maine. We'll begin by following along with Cole Boober from Nokomis, who will teach us about sailed virtual seas with CoSpaces. Use the free version of CoSpaces to create virtual worlds. Then viewers can take the Slam exam, a chance to win prizes by answering questions about the show. Then we'll wrap up the show with the Slam demo, thatquiz.org, a site that has quizzes on a variety of educational topics. Now please mute your mic, and if you have questions, enter them in the chat so Lucas, our moderator, can respond during the show. And remember, your account is connected to everything you type, so be kind and have fun. Welcome, Cole. Glad you could join us. What do you have to share with us today?
All right, so today we're going to be exploring CoSpaces. So I'm just going to share my screen real quick, and we'll get into it. All right, so the website we're going to be using is CoSpaces.io.edu. So once you look that up, it'll bring you to here, and once you're here, you're going to want to log in with your Google account. So in the top right, it says login. You'll just hit login. It's probably going to send me right in, but it's going to bring you up 4 different options, and you'll just hit sign in with Google. All right, and once you're here, you're going to want to go down to, also it might ask you to join a class, and you don't have a class code, so you'll just X out of that, and it'll bring you to the screen here. So down here, you'll see a gallery, which just shows you all the stuff other people have created. Classes will, if you ever join a class, they'll put them here. CoSpaces, which is your work, and then archive, which is just your archive work. So we're going to go to CoSpaces, and we're going to hit create new CoSpace, and I already have more than, I think, 2 or whatever, so I can only have 2 CoSpaces open at a time. So I'm just going to go to my existing one here, which is just my basic one, and that'll bring me to this. So a little about CoSpaces. Here, this screen here is where you can create your world, and then once you hit play, it actually puts you in your world. And our world right now is pretty boring. So we're going to want to spice it up a bit. So we can move our camera around, back, forth. We can, if we double click on it and bring this up, we can rotate our camera so we're looking different directions. But we want to make sure we unselect that so that goes away. We can move our camera up and down with the bottom left tool. With the top right tool, we can move side to side, up, down. And then if we had another character, we can't resize our camera and make it smaller or larger, but if we did with this one here, we can make it bigger or smaller. So the first thing we're going to want to do is we're going to want to make our environment more interesting. And this session and topic is around the ocean and the water. So I'm going to, if I go into library and then go to environment, and if I hit environment here and then hit edit, I can have all these to choose from, but I'm going to select the water one to fit the theme of this. You'll see you have some filters here too, like black and white, you have brown, red, blue. But I'm just going to go with the basic one. And then you'll see you have some other ones that you can get with Pro, but we're not going to be using Pro today. All right, so the first thing I want to do is I'm going to add a character, and I'm just going to go with an animal. If you go back into the library, under right next to characters, animal, and I'm going to go to water, and we have all the water ones unlocked. We don't have to use Pro, fortunately, and I'm going to add a whale in. You can add whatever you want. It doesn't add whatever you want underwater. It could be whatever. All right. Now I'm gonna just resize my whale here, putting over here, and I'm gonna bring up a screen and show you guys all the tools with that. So if you double click on your character that you've added, it'll bring this big screen up here, which has a lot of different things you can do with it. The first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna rename my whale. I'm just gonna name my whale, I don't know, Ned, N-E-D, Ned. All right, so, and then Every time you do it, it's going to kick you out of the screen, but you just double click on it again, it'll put you right back in. And I'm also going to change the color of my whale. Going to be have a black top with a blue underside. Double click back into it, and I'm going to change the animation of it to swim. So when I hit play and look at my whale, it'll be swimming. Alright. So in the future, or later in the session, I'm going to want to code this. So if I double click on it again and hit code and using code blocks, that'll allow me to code in the future. And that is like the biggest takeaway you need to get from the session if you want to code it, is just any character you add, because I'll just throw a random character in here. If I throw another one in, and if I double click on them, hit code, using code block is going to be off, which if I just go to this, actions, Ned, or this other character isn't in there, it's just Ned. So you got to hit using code blocks if you want to code that. I'm just going to get rid of this character here. Oh, and to delete a character, it's also in this double click menu. At the very bottom is delete. So I'm just going to throw another character in there real quick for coding purposes. Throw a crab in there. Red. All right. So I'm going to give a quick rundown on coding. All right. So let me just make sure the crab is using code blocks. I'm also going to just change the animation. I shall do that in the code. So I'm just going to delete all this existing code just to show old stuff. Alright, so in the top right of your screen where it says play, right next to it is code. And that's where we're going to be coding. When you bring it up, it's going to say, bring up a big white screen and where it just says code blocks. You'll click code blocks, and that will bring you to this. So here's all your menus. So events is what gets your stuff like started. So like to start the code, it's going to be when crab is clicked, or when play is clicked is already in there. Actions is stuff like having your characters say stuff like hello, have them think stuff, change the animation, and then transform is where it's going to be moving your character from A to B, or turning your character from A to B, and then stopping stuff. And then down here, control is just like repeating events and then waiting X amount of seconds until another event starts. So I'm just going to go a basic code here. I'm going to do when Ned, our whale, is clicked. He's going to say hello to our crab. Now this code is, even though there's a gap here, the code is basically complete unless you add more stuff to it. Now if I hit play, here I can move around, see my environment, but when I click the whale, hello crab, he's saying hello to the crab. So that is the basic rundown on coding. This version has a decent amount of stuff for not being the pro version. A lot of like question and answers type stuff. Setting the color. If I click or setting the opacity, which is like see-through, I can add that in. Just turning the whale clockwise, counterclockwise. And now I've added another code, and he just spins and says hello crab. I think I said it 1,000 times. So that is just a basic coding, basic rundown. So many different things you can do with this. Real quick, I'll just show some other cool things you can do. You can add 3D models off Tinkercad. You can add images if you upload an image. Just that's down here in library. So again, if you're on the screen here, library, I open up this, go to upload, or it'll say images, videos, sound, 3D models, and for all these, you just hit. If I want to take a picture, upload. And the easiest way to upload a picture will be on, you'll want to take it on Google Draw. So I'll just open a new tab here and just go to Google Draw. Google Draw. And that'll bring this up here, and you'll want to insert image, and go down on the very bottom. It says camera. So if you click camera, you'll take a picture, put it in here. You can resize it to what you do, and then once you're done, you'll hit File, Download, and you'll want to save as a image, PNG image, and then that there will save to your file. And then when you go to upload image, you'll just grab it from your downloads here. Same thing with sound. You can record sound. Once you hit record, it'll ask you, do you allow this? Do you allow your microphone? Hit allow. Record, and then probably name it if you can have a lot of different sounds. So just whale sound. And then you can add that into coding. That is really the basic rundown of the free version of CoSpaces. Obviously, a lot more stuff you can do with the Pro, but for our purposes, there is a ton you can do with the free version of CoSpaces, especially once you get into a lot of the uploading your own stuff off Google Draw, Tinkercad. But yeah, that is the basic rundown. All right.
Remember, you can always access to recordings of all the presentations at mlti.me to play, pause, and rewind. Checking in with Lucas, are there any questions from the chat? How do I create a 3D model at Upload into CoSpaces?
All right, yeah, let me just share my screen again. So I'm just gonna, the easiest way to create a 3D model would be to jump over to Tinkercad. And I believe we already had one done, but I will just show. Yep, so I'm just gonna jump over here to Tinkercad, create 3D models and design. I'm gonna log in the top right, and then sign in with my Google under a student account. Let's go through all this real quick. All right, it'll bring you to this screen here, and I'm gonna create my first 3D design, which will bring me to this. And I'm just gonna do a quick, obviously you can make whatever 3D model you want, but I'm just gonna throw in a quick one. So triangle. And once I'm done, I'm gonna hit export, save as a OBJ, and that'll bring to this here. It'll save to your files, but also the quickest way you can access it, you can drag it right from here, or you can go to upload 3D models, upload, downloads, just drag it. Got it. All right, and here's a 3D model that I just made in Tinkercad. So again, real quick, that's export, save as an OBJ. It'll go to your files, and then back on CoSpaces, it's right under here under upload, 3D models, upload, downloads, drag it in. All right.
Thank you for coming on the show and teaching us about Sail Virtual Seas with CoSpaces. Okay, Slammers, get ready to click the link in the chat to take the SLAM exam. A one-question quiz about today's show topic. You will have until the next episode to answer the question and be entered in the prize drawing. Only your first entry will count, the others will be removed. Then we'll announce the winner in the next episode. That way everyone has a chance to take the SLAM exam, even if you're not able to join us live. I will give a code for you to type in so everyone has the same amount of time. The SLAM exam question from last episode video with Canva, MP4, JPG, or STL. The correct answer is MP4. And the winner, CL from rsu19.net. Congratulations. The SLAM team will reach out to you to get that prize to you. So be sure to check your email. Now, before we ask this week's SLAM exam question, let's check out this week's SLAM demo.
Okay, so my name is Florian. I'm a junior at Nokomis High School, and today I'm going to show you how to play with the app Border Guesser. So basically, you just have to guess the green colored country. In this case, it will be Switzerland. You type it in and press enter. If you don't know the name of the country, you either can skip or you can guess the name of the country. Just do France. It's wrong, so you can guess or you can skip. And basically, it's just always the same. So we just guess the name of the country. It would be the Netherlands. And that's probably it.
Thanks for the information. Okay, let's get ready for the SLAM exam. Our moderator will put the link in the chat, or if you are not watching this live, visit mlti.me and click the SLAM exam link at the top to enter your answer. You can only enter once, anytime before next week's show. The passcode for this episode is 263. The SLAM exam question is, what type of 3D file can you upload into CoSpaces? OBJ, doc, or PDF? Okay, we will announce the winner randomly selected from all correct answers next episode. Good luck. Thanks everyone for joining today's MLTI Slam Show. Thanks to our presenter, Cole Buber, our moderator Lucas, and director Sam. Slammers, if you have questions, would like to make comments, or share the work you created today on the show, visit mlti.me and contact us. Those of you in the live stream right now, stick around for the after show live discussion. Student leadership ambassadors, stay curious, and we'll see you next time.
The MLTI Slam Show is a program of the Maine Department of Education. For more information about this and other innovative educational initiatives, please visit www.maine.gov/DOE.